We bought a bag of potato chips and we're gonna see when it explodes.
It popped. It's hissing right now.
Why don't you pull it out and we're gonna eat it? We're at 17.5. We're just struggling for air, but I think we got it. We're at the top of Kathmandu Pass. Hey, that was a hike.
Mr. Gomez, you survived.
I feel like shit. Let's get something to eat. It's dinner time. Chad, are you ready for another pass today?
2 passes? Could choose.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. So Chad wants to do 2 passes in a single day, and it's only 12 miles, but it's like 4,000 feet in a day. But the problem is we would be crossing that glacier at night.
You think so?
Yeah. And that is not a safe thing to do. I mean, think about what we did after Kathmandu Pass, right?
Yeah.
That was a fucking nightmare. So that would be a suicide. So yeah, we're not. I highly recommend against doing it. If Chad wants to go on and do it, then I'll give him a hug and say it was nice knowing you, Chad. Good luck. Well, we were blessed with another day of great weather. We're headed off to, again, I can't remember any of the town names, but it's a small town on the other side of the pass. This is our second pass of the Three Passes trek. The population is going to get more and more sparse as we go on. It'll be kind of cool, I think, because it'll be much more remote. Those things will get more expensive. But before our trip today, I'm just going to go into the bakery and pick up a brownie. I'm sure those innkeepers get really sick of hearing people like ask details of how everything's prepared. We're approaching the pass right now, and from down here it looks like a sheer cliff, but we did see people walking above, so it looks like there's a path carved into the rock, but damn, it looks intimidating from down here. We're taking a break right before the notch, and it looks like there's a 4th or 5th class scramble before we get up on a ledge, which I'm gonna make a judgment call, and if it looks too hairy, then I'm turning us around. We looked at both routes, left and right. The chimney on the left is a little more ladder-like, but it's a little more exposed. The chimney on the right, it seems like the moves are a little bit easier. The down climb is gonna be a little bit easier if we have to retreat. And Chad is more comfortable with it, so I think we're gonna go on the right, and hopefully it'll work out. When we tried both, it's a little sketchy. I don't wanna put Chad in a position where he's gonna feel uncomfortable or either of us gets injured. I think if we were both skilled rock climbers, it'd be a little bit different, but this is definitely an exposed 4th class scramble that I just don't feel comfortable doing at 17,000 feet with a 25-pound pack. So we're gonna head back down. You know, we lost a couple hours. It was cool, great views, but it's better to be safe. Earlier this morning, we took a wrong turn and we took this ridge when we actually meant to go up the gully towards the pass. So we lost about a mile. We lost about an hour or so. And now, since we couldn't go over the pass because of the scramble, we're coming back this way and we're getting to see the views again. But a cloud layer is moving in, and we probably need to keep moving pretty steadily or else it's gonna get pretty cold. We ended up at the Green Valley Lodge, and we've been playing cards inside the dining room there. It is freezing outside now, and it's only going to get colder because we're still at about 16,000 feet. So I'm going to get into some warm clothing. These lodges are pretty primitive. There's no heating inside the building, and they all have these padlocks on them. So you kind of have to remember your key wherever you go. And the bathrooms are generally not that great. They get more primitive.
the further in you get, but at least this one is a sit toilet. So these toilets don't actually flush. You have to scoop water into them after you pee or poo. And when you sit down on the toilet seat, they're below freezing, so you literally freeze your ass off. And they don't flush very well. There's usually chunks and stuff left over inside the toilets. The rooms themselves aren't that bad, but they are freezing. So you have to bring a pretty thick sleeping bag in order to stay warm at night. Any water you have out will freeze, so if you have water bottles for the night, you have to put them in something insulated. Now that I've got wrapped up in both my downs and my sleeping pants, and I'm not as freezing anymore, I'm gonna go back into the dining room, play some cards, and eat some dinner.
Oh, it's gonna be cold here. I thought minus 20 or something. And it's like I have a jacket, like a bunch of jackets, some clothes that I haven't even touched yet.
I don't know, because I'm comparing all the time a few models of forecast just to see
the weather. Yeah, and then like the thing was too, like talking to the one woman, she was saying how since we're climbing up so high, I've been taking extra dialogues, thinking that would count around. I'm like, I don't know if that's how the medication works, but you do you.
Chad and I woke up this morning with swelling in our faces. I don't know if it was something in the air because they burn the garbage in this little town, or if maybe it was the food. There was something in the food. It could have been from the stove because I know they were burning garbage in the stove last night, but periodically on this trip I've woken up with just kind of swelling in my face. Not really sure what's going on. Anyway, today we're headed over Chola Pass. We're gonna have a quick breakfast and then just pack up, and it's gonna be a full day, probably 10 hours, and it looks really cold. It looks like there was a fresh snow last night.
You gotta be careful where you step.
Huh?
You gotta be careful where you step on those.
Yeah. We finally made it to the top of Chola Pass, 17,600 feet. Cloud layer has moved in, so this will make it a little bit more challenging, but we've heard that it's a very steep descent where you have to hold on to a steel cable, so not too happy about that, but lots of people have made it today, so I think we'll just take it slow. We just got down from Chola Pass. I don't think it took us more than 20 minutes?
No?
It was really quick.
Yeah.
The steel cable was good in most places. There were a couple places where it was not tied down on the end, so not 100% maintained, but the path down wasn't too bad. I could see how if it was really icy and snowy or rainy, you'd definitely need that cable. And for the porters carrying 100 or more pounds, definitely that cable is necessary. We're here at 5,100 meter pass, and we're in a cloud bank. It's a little bit windy and it's a bit cold, so I think we need to put on some layers because our descent is going to be pretty chilly.
We just passed over Chola, and then we went over 5,100 meter, and my brain is not working. I'm really tired, and we still have a glacier to pass over. So we're stopping in here in the Friendship Lodge. Tashi Friendship Lodge for coffee and tea. And it's actually a really nice place. I wish more of the lodges that we'd stayed at were like this place. It's really pretty on the interior. And the prices are actually better than what we've been paying over the past few days.
Well, the tea and coffee really hit the spot. I feel recharged. Now off into a fog bank to cross a glacier. We made it to Gokyo Lake and it is completely frozen. You gonna go for a swim tonight?
The first place I wanted to check out was this Gokyo resort. And I expected it to be a lot more expensive, but it's only about $45 a night. And that includes shower, charging, Wi-Fi, heated bed, clean bathroom. And this is the first warm building I've been in, I think, this entire trip. So I said, Chad, I'm making an executive decision. We're staying here. So I ordered the fruit bowl, and it's canned, but it's like the best thing ever. It's so wonderful. Just finished a hot shower, brushed my teeth. The water in my bathroom runs. I've got soap in there. They supplied me with toilet paper. The toilet flushes. The bed is electrically heated. Definitely worth the $45 for this room, which is like a tenth of what I would pay in the United States for, just a basic hotel room. Anyway, getting to bed, waking up at 5 tomorrow. We've got a 13-mile day. We're passing over 17,000 foot pass tomorrow, and then it's just all downhill for 10 miles after that to the next town.
Made it to the top of Renjo La Pass. The best view of Everest we've had the entire trip. Amazing. We lucked out on the weather. Now, what have we got? 10 miles to go to Tame? So a good hike left to Tame, but we really lucked out on the weather today. Was it worth it? We didn't die, so yeah, it was worth it. We just made it into Tame, and both of us are pretty exhausted. We're trying to find a place to stay right now. What do you think of the Cho OU Lodge, Chad? Any preferences?
One benefit is if we're a bit further that way, we
Yeah?
don't have to figure out how to rope through this in the morning.
Okay,
And we have to do 16 miles.
okay. Is that the way we go, up there?
We gotta go somewhere that way.
Okay.
We're at the Cho OU Lodge in Tame, and we made it here about 5, which was just in time because it's starting to rain and get really cold out there right now. But I was exhausted. I got here and my stomach, I felt like I was gonna throw up. But I had some tea and that really helped. So I'm gonna change into my sleeping clothes and my down and try to get warm and just like try to refuel. I'm so sick of eating candy bars. I never want to eat another candy bar in my life. The meat looks a little orangish. I wonder what they put in the meat. If they put some sort of spice in the meat. The color of the meat.
I don't see too
Like
color.
the beef is more brown. Still good though. Hope I don't get sick. Well, after dinner last night, I felt a lot better. We were both really exhausted when we came into Tame. Today we're headed to Lukla. We've got about a 16-mile hike, which actually doesn't look too bad. There's not a lot of up and down. It's a little bit of up and mostly down. But Doug managed to get a flight out of Lukla yesterday. He's in Kathmandu now at the Hyatt. And then tonight, we're going to try to get in there and either buy a ticket tonight or buy a ticket tomorrow morning and hope that a flight gets us out of there. But yeah, if we don't get a flight, then we're going to have to just leave tomorrow morning and try to make that 2-day hike back to Solari and take a Jeep. But I'll be looking forward to sleeping in a clean bed. And Chad will be looking forward to walking through doors that he doesn't hit his head on when he goes through the frame. We're getting out of here about 7:30. It's not snowing, it's not raining. Very happy. And I dare say that was probably one of the best guest houses we've stayed at this entire trip. Last night I had a nice yak burger with vegetables and french fries. Really well done. And this morning I had the largest hash brown I think I've ever had in my life. It's the size of a large pancake. And the eggs were not fried into shoe leather. So I was really happy about that. Today we've got about 17 miles to get to Lukla and hopefully catch a flight back to Kathmandu. About 2 weeks of hiking, we've made it back to Namche. Now time for coffee and some cheesecake. Quick coffee, quick snack, off to Lukla. I'm in the town of Jorsile and I can smell hamburger again.
More of the beach and hot weather.
But we finally made it to Lukla. All right, how many days did it take us? It was like 12 from here, 9, 10? I can't even remember. It's all a blur. How does it feel?
I think the back of my legs are sunburned.
I think you're gonna hurt tonight. All the stars seem to be aligning. We got our plane tickets. The weather is looking good for tomorrow. We got a decent hotel
And now we might be able to get to the souvenir shops before they close because it's a Sunday evening. But Sunday's not a religious day in Nepal, is it?
It's Saturday.
Is Saturday? I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, we're short on time and we got to buy our gifts for all our family. It's so cool.
Video?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Do you have it, Chad? Got it down? Try
I think
it.
I'm too tired.
Give it a
Came
try.
from Tommy this morning.
Give it a try. I can't feed you, but you're too cute. Oh, you're such a cutie. Yes, you are. I hope you have a good life here in Nepal. Yeah. Dirty like all the other dogs. Good luck. Enjoy your dinner.
It's like a mustard.
How is it? Chad and I went for the Everest burger. He had the fried momo, I had the steamed momo. He's helping me finish off the steamed momo. Just the right amount of food. Try not to overeat before our flight tomorrow because I might throw it all up if we have a rough flight. It's about 5 a.m. and they told us to get to the airport at 5:30 a.m. So we've got our breakfast ready and we're gonna just get there and hope we get a flight today. I see the stars, so that's a good sign. Did you forget something? It was in the bed.
Thank God. Thank you. I honestly thought it was in there.
What's that?
I thought it was in there. I meant to put
Nope, it was under the covers. I have to say goodbye now, pretty girl. Yeah. You take care of yourself, okay? Lead a good life in the Himalaya. Okay? We just got through security. We're waiting with like 100 other people in this small room. We think we're gonna get out on a flight. It's looking good. They took our bags and the weather's looking really good. So fingers crossed. I think we're gonna do it unless we crash. Thank you. All right, Chad, it was nice knowing you.
Dhanyavad, thank you. Namaste. We didn't crash, we made it. Now we'll see if they got our bags here on time.
Overrated concepts.
Safety is like,
Where's our bags?
all right, it looks like our bags got on the same plane, so we're looking good.
Yeah, it's crazy how as the weather warms up, the people, and then suddenly it was empty and now it's really busy.
We survived the 4-hour bus ride and the 30-minute taxi ride, and now we are here at the Hyatt Regency, Kathmandu, looking forward to some luxury. Alright, that was great. Really good. Except I'm gonna fart like crazy later.